Here's a crazy tour story. I do a DJ set with all children's toys, all children's musical toys, and I fill the whole stage up with them. I was touring through Asia with this set, and everything was going fine, and then I got to Hong Kong, and there was a bunch of English fans in the audience, and I finished my set. I walked off stage, and one of the opening acts said, "Hey man," he put his hand on my shoulder. He said, "Hey, I need you to take this really calmly." So he goes, "Maurice is gone," and I was like, "What?" So Maurice is one of the toys I have on the stage. It's a chimp from the '60s that plays the cymbals, and he's like my metronome while I'm cutting up and doing all my other toy set stuff. So Maurice is wired into a jack. He has like this wire that comes out of his back and into a plug. I guess when I finished my set and walked off stage, some chick ran on stage and pulled the monkey off the stage and tore the wire out of his back. So like all the augmentation and rewiring I did to make the toy playable for an audience, she just jacked it up. Everybody's looking for this monkey, and I think it's half funny because it's a toy monkey, but everybody's in panic. Like everybody's pissed off. My cousin, who was working as my road manager at the time, was like, "Who's got the monkey? Who's got the monkey?" One of the fans in the front row goes like that and points over to this girl who's like completely faded. She had the monkey in her purse with his arm all twisted back and just mangled or whatever. So he ended up saying, "What you got in your wallet?" and just said, "Empty your wallet, we gotta get this fixed." And then the police came and tried to arrest us, but then we explained the story and somehow got out of it. Got Maurice back, rewired it, and the next show I actually played better than ever before. Here's a crazy story on the road. When J5 got back together to play after being broken up for 7 years, we played Coachella. One of the things that Cut Chemist and myself do on stage is we have portable DJ devices that are hung around our neck, and we walk out towards the crowd and we play them. I have like a portable necklace record chain that triggers 808s, and he has a guitar turntable that he cuts up with. About 10 minutes before we were set to be on stage at Coachella, our engineer dropped his turntable, and it's like a vintage turntable. It's not like a turntable you can find needle parts for or anything. So his needle shattered into millions of little pieces. As that happened, Sir Paul McCartney just walked up out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay, so do I help cut or do I take a picture with Paul McCartney? So I took my picture with Paul, obviously, because we're Gemini brothers. Had to do that. As that happened, I just said, let me try giving Cut one of my real needles. It's probably not going to work. As that happened, Z-Trip walked up out of nowhere, and he pulled the needle completely out and just the stylus and inserted it into Cut's turntable. We super glued it and taped it, and he was blowing it. Z-Trip was blowing on it as they were pushing our risers out onto the stage. This is like a routine that we've been practicing for 3 months. The show went over gangbusters, and there's a happy ending to it. Okay, here's a wild tour story in Minnesota when J5 was playing a show somewhere around, I want to say like 2004, 2005, somewhere around there. We played a show, everything went good. We went to pack all our gear up, Everybody's on the bus, and so like all our their stage hands and roadies are putting all the stuff in the bays below the tour bus. One of the guys said he saw something moving around underneath the bay, underneath the bus. So he kept moving bags out of the way. All the stuff he packed in, he kept moving them out. And he looked behind, and he's like, a girl underneath our fucking bus. And she's just like huddled like this. She was trying to hitch a ride to the next city with us, and it was snowing out. So like we would have totally got gaffled up for like, what would that be considered? Murder? Rap group kidnaps girl, stores her in a bay. That's not a good look. We were already in our bunks, like in the tour bus, some guys eating pizza, chilling, television on, and get ready to take off. And if like one of our techs hadn't like seen it, we would have been gaffled up, man. It would have been a wrap. She would have been frozen solid. We were driving to I think we're driving to Chicago. The crazy thing about it is, it was like an 8 to 10 hour trip from Minneapolis to Chicago. So
I count my life blessings every day, man. Some family, my kids, and all that good stuff. But my professional career, I don't. There isn't much that I haven't been privy to, man. In this short life, man. Even from meeting Mike, Prince.
And there was an actual bomb threat in the hotel. And this was right when I joined Public Enemy, so I'm shook. They didn't find anything. Talking to Chuck, I was like, Chuck, man, did you hear there's a bomb threat in the hotel? He's like, oh, that's nothing, Lord. Remember Flavor in '87, there was a bomb under the stage? Flavor's like, yeah, boy.
Once he started producing records, like everything he did was a hit single, gold, platinum hit singles, because he was playing in the clubs already. So he already knew what it was gonna be, you know what I mean? So that advantage of me being, DJing in clubs before the producer's success was a great advantage of knowing what was gonna pop on radio and what was gonna pop in the club.
All of a sudden the plane is late or something wasn't right or something with the pilot or something, and it was a little fishy here and there, but I didn't think nothing of it because I've seen this kid a million times and he balls like crazy.